Are you looking for a podcast about the world's most stupidly biggest tablet?
Well, you must be thinking of another podcast.
Oh! Good evening, Kelsey.
Good evening, Robert.
What is up?
I went to the hospital yesterday.
Hooray!
No.
Did they give you a sucker?
No, I fucking wished.
Well, what a waste then.
I didn't even get a sticker.
Waste your time. What?
No.
No stickers?
No stickers, no suckers.
They slacking.
Big old fucking bandage and another bruise.
Well, then why'd you even go?
So I've still been sick.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm dying.
It's been like 2 weeks.
It's been 3
weeks. 3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, I legitimately think I might have something wrong with me. I don't know. They've taken blood a couple times now, and they're trying to figure it out.
Oh, yeah, so you had wrote me that. They haven't come back with what it is. They're just like, no. We're still just seeing blood.
Yeah, so on Wednesday I went to Care Now at the urgent clinic, and they took blood, and they were like, okay, we'll have results in a couple days. And I waited a couple days, and I called them back, and no results. Then I called them back, and no results. And here we are 6 days later, and I still don't have results.
Jesus.
I know. So yesterday I was like, I can't wait any longer. I feel like I'm going to die tonight. So we went to the hospital.
Yeah. And
they took blood, and then they were like,
gotta send it off.
Well, they didn't send it off because they're a hospital.
Oh, okay.
You know, they do things proper.
Yeah.
But they didn't find anything unusual, so it's just another fucking mystery. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just a medical anomaly.
Do you have hives on the inside?
Yeah, maybe I do.
Like, and they disappear right when people go to look, even in the blood. They're like, oh, they're looking.
I'm gonna be so mad. I am gonna go to a specialist tomorrow, and they might have to like stick a camera down my throat and see what's happening.
So, what kind of specialist? Like
a gastroenterologist.
Oh, okay. Like, do you hurt like in your gut?
Yeah, it feels like I swallowed a venomous snake, and it's just striking me at random in my insides.
Well, please get better.
I'm gonna try.
I'll need the co-host.
If I do die, I just want you to continue this podcast, but only do it like on one audio track. Don't ever have another co-host. Just pretend you're talking to me the whole time.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a little preview of what that's like. Okay.
Okay.
That's funny. Yeah, but did you hear about this? No way! Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, just like that. That's perfect.
People are like, oh, that one part of that show, that was really good. You should do more of that. Oh, man. Well, I mean, what? I've had this cough for like 2 months.
Yeah, maybe you like sent your cough through the microphone into the cloud, and it particulated out through my microphone.
Horrendous.
And now I'm sick.
I really want to be sick tomorrow for work.
Why do you want to be sick?
So, tomorrow at work, so I told you earlier this week that it was National Payroll Week.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Okay, so National Payroll Week is literally national. Every place that does payroll is celebrating this month. Okay?
I've never even heard of this.
Do you do payroll? Do you do payroll?
Why, I have not.
Yeah. We get to celebrate it, Kelsey.
Okay, secret holiday. I mean, you're spilling the beans.
Yeah, I know. So
the beans are everywhere. Look at all these beans. You gotta fucking count them now. Look at all these beans!
Did I just hear your cat go, beans? Don't touch my beans!
Richard.
Oh, okay. Don't touch his beans.
Beans!
So, usually, I guess people kind of just do, like, let's all do, like, a lunch together, right? It's like, some places do this. Well, we used to have kind of, like, a big, long celebration of, like, something every day, and we would do, like, guest speakers and stuff.
Damn,
well, so this year, we have a new director, and so we're still doing something every day, but today we did, like, more of a team building thing, right?
Did you do trust falls?
No, we didn't.
Boo.
We did, like, these exercises. So this one was, every manager had to go up to the front and then like get their team together, and there were these like colored blocks laying on this table.
Okay.
And the team had to close their eyes, and the manager had a picture of how to stack some of these, and they would have to get us with our eyes closed to build these things.
It's like a survivor challenge.
Yeah. And it was hard.
It sounds hard. Did you win?
No, nobody won. It's team building. We all
Somebody's
won.
got to win.
No, we all won.
Everyone can't win.
Well,
so
nobody built any of the things, so...
Well, you're all losers.
Yeah, we all lost. So, tons of people were like, I'm getting dizzy, because their eyes were closed for so long.
Oh, no.
And I was just so thankful that nobody just collapsed on a table somewhere.
Be like that scene in Problem Child where, like, one person throws up and then everybody throws up?
Yeah. So, we did that today. Everybody was doing stuff. Well, tomorrow... we're putting out a bunch of tables in the lobby, and people can come down and, like, get a feel for what we do. Like, every department's put together, like, here's, like, our side of payroll, right?
So, like, other departments can see what you do, or, like, outside candidates?
Just other departments.
Okay.
So, like, if you're in our building, you can come down to this little carnival we're having and, like, check out what payroll does, right?
Yeah.
So... everybody's running the tables, but I am exempt from all of this.
Why? What'd you do?
Because I get to dress up as a clown.
Oh, no.
And walk around as a clown the whole time.
What's your clown name?
I don't know. I gotta think of one. But
you gotta come up with something snappy.
But he's definitely a payroll clown, right? Like he's crunching the numbers. So this is probably like Lenny the clown.
No, not Lenny. It needs something zippy, you know?
Zippy?
Not like actual zippy, but we need like a zippy sounding name.
No, yeah, but like I'm picturing like the dude from Office Space, like, don't touch me stapler.
Oh, Milton the Clown. There you go.
Milton the Clown, there you go. So I am Milton the Clown. So they asked me if I would do it. And I just go, I mean, yeah. And so... then they were gonna, like, hunt for more people, right? No one's gonna do it. No one else is gonna do it. Yeah. And I'm, begrudgingly doing it, right?
I don't know how begrudgingly. You sound pretty excited about it.
Well, I'm keeping the show alive, okay?
Show must go on.
Well, so I was really afraid they were gonna want me to do, like, face paint and shit, because I'm not gonna shave for this.
Beardo with the clown.
Like, can you imagine just, like, this, like, beard puffing through white paint?
Ew.
And stuff, you know? But so, face paint is not allowed. A mask is not allowed. So, my full attire is big-ass clown shoes.
Hell yeah.
Right? Well, big-ass overall pants.
Perfect.
My payroll shirt that they made for all of us, right? My big-ass nose.
Excellent.
My big-ass... rainbow afro.
Hell yeah.
And then, this is the part... oh, wait. My big-ass bow tie.
Oh my god.
But this is the best part. My ever so tightly trimmed rainbow Hulk Hogan mustache.
What? You're gonna dye your mustache rainbow?
No. She goes, I bought you a mustache. And it looks like a Hulk Hogan mustache. So I'm just gonna be all like, you gotta crunch the numbers, brother. Make sure you pay your taxes. You don't want FICA getting out of control, brother.
Oh my god. I need so many pictures of this.
Well, I'm gonna try it all on tonight. And I know, it's cool, dude.
Richard's
it's so cool.
Excited about your clown costume.
I know he is. So I was actually afraid to do face paint because people are scared of clowns. And could you imagine I set off this like 50-year-old lady at the at like work? She's like, oh! And like dies or something.
And falls over the balcony.
Yeah, like it would be awful. So I feel good with this outfit.
Good.
And I think I'm just supposed to like be there to like take pictures with people. Like check out the payroll clown. Right?
Who are they trying to appeal to with a clown, honestly? Like, what audience are they trying to reach?
I don't know. I think just because the theme is carnival, they were like, we gotta get a clown. And who has no shame? and they came to me. So, because I'm pretty sure I'm the single person they asked to do this.
You could have been like one of those old-timey strongmen or something, with like the striped onesie.
So
that's kind of carnival-y. Get a top hat.
Oh man, I don't even know. Just like, hey, can I guess your wages? Oh man, but so I get to be a clown tomorrow.
That's exciting.
Is it?
Yeah, for me it is. I really want pictures.
So they asked me last week. They were like, "Do you want Haley to do this with you?"
Oh my god.
And I go, "You know what? I'm pretty sure nobody else wants to do this." And they were like,
"You didn't force Haley into it?"
Oh, dude, I would have been murdered. I'm pretty sure she would have murdered me.
I would have paid you money. Real money.
She's gonna write in when she hears this and goes, "Yeah, I would have murdered him. There would be no show."
And then I would have to do the show alone.
Because I had talked to her about it, and she was like, "Thank fucking God they didn't ask me." And then they ask me, and I go, you might not want to ask anyone else. I'm pretty sure this will go bad.
They thought that you and Haley would be like a package deal. Like, do you want to do this with Haley?
Just like,
you want her to be your clown
back
lady?
to back. You just go back to back like, arms crossed.
Clown siblings.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that's what I have going on in life.
That's much more exciting than my hospital visit.
So, I assume you've pretty much just been laying there dying.
Pretty much, yep. I've got like
that's about it.
Yeah, my bed has just been my sanctuary.
Yeah, because I was waiting for you to get online the other day because I started playing Destiny.
I know, I wanted to get on so bad.
And I was like, maybe she'll get on and play the Destinies. And then you never showed. And
yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll play alone.
Oh, sorry.
I think I'm level 18 now.
Nice. The grind to 50 takes a while.
I'm doing every story mission so far.
Yeah. Get all the story out of the way.
Strictly doing all that.
And then do some strikes.
See, I don't even know what this means yet.
Oh, they're so much fun. I
don't even know what that is.
I really want to play with you once I get my faculties back. It's like all I can do to sit in this chair and record this podcast right now.
I just see you like withered, like a shawl.
I feel like I've shrunken like 5 inches. I feel very small.
Maybe you have like a bonnet on your head. And you're just like, I'm here in the old country.
Yep.
So you've literally just been laying there?
I've also been reading.
Been reading a lot. Because I know you said that you like to sleep a lot when you're sick.
I
do. I guess you can't sleep 24 hours, so reading is like the next best thing.
Yeah. I bought a book, actually, from a couple of podcasters.
Okay.
The world may know. It's the Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered, the definitive guide.
Oh, okay. That's My Favorite Murder?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you're a murderino.
Awesome. I am a murderino.
I know so many murderinos.
Man, if you know anybody who wants to...
That is like the podcast.
It is the podcast. Like, I love it so much. But I think the reason that I love it so much is because I can connect with the podcasters themselves. Like, they always put so much of themselves into the podcast. It's not just, they're talking about crime. They're also talking about their lives. And the book that they've written is like a joint memoir. So they have like certain catchphrases that they've kind of, co-opted into their show.
Yeah.
And they take a catchphrase and then they make like a whole chapter out of it. So one of the things is like, you're in a cult, call your dad. That's my favorite catchphrase. And so they wrote like a chapter about a time that they were in like a bad situation and they had to call somebody who would call them out on their bullshit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a good book. They just like they really bear everything in there. I cried like 3 times already and I'm only a third of the way through.
Jeez.
It's a very good book.
Once upon a time. Yeah, I can't remember the last book I bought.
Really?
I'd say the last book that I purchased would be It, and that was for when that movie was going to come out, and that was 2 years ago, so 2017 was the last time I bought a book.
And you read that whole damn thing, right? That gigantic book.
Well,
Did you not finish it?
Some people would say no.
Why?
I say yes.
How?
Because I did an audiobook.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I let
that's
them read
fine.
to me.
Yeah.
But see, when I do that, though, I follow along with the book.
Yeah, that would help me keep on track, because you know how sometimes when you're reading, you like read the whole page and you just don't even retain any of it. You're like, where am I?
Oh yeah, I've read the same sentence and been like, "Are these words?"
Yeah, exactly.
What do they mean?
Read it like 6 times, and then there's a song in your head that just won't fucking shut up.
Yeah,
you're trying to read over the song. Yeah.
Okay,
That's why
so
audio is a good format.
So it's not even the fact that I'm just like a bad reader, because you are a good reader to me, because you read the books, but you do the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
like sometimes you're trying
I feel
to
much
read the
better.
book, and your brain is just like, wake me up before you go. And I'm just like, can you shut up for a minute, brain, so I can read this?
Why did they have to start this sentence with "wake up"? Why? Like, I found the joys of audiobooks because of AP English. I had to read The Scarlet Letter over the summer.
God, that book sucked.
And I remember reading the opening page like 30 times, and I was like, I don't know what he's saying. He's trying to teach me something. He's trying to reach me, and I don't understand.
Yeah, I can't.
And I had to get it done.
Some of those older books are just... I cliff noted my way through high school.
Well, see, Dracula, I actually love the way that book is written.
That is a good book.
So easy to get into. I've never read it, because me and Taylor were trying to read it together.
Yeah.
And we were reading it to each other, but when I would read it, she'd fall asleep. And when she would read it to me, I would fall asleep.
So it was just like automatic bedtime story.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just going to have to read that alone. She was like, me too.
Yeah, people that poo-poo on audiobooks, maybe they don't have learning disabilities.
They just don't consider it reading, but I'm still...
I don't know why. Like, you're consuming the book.
I mean, okay, so what do I say? I didn't read the book. I know the book?
Yeah.
I know the book instead?
I've heard the book. Not heard of the book. I fully heard it.
Yeah.
I've heard the book. Page by page.
Well, how long do you think it took me to read all of it?
It's like 1,000 pages, isn't it?
Yes.
100 days?
Do you want from the moment I read my first word till I read the last word? Or how much true time I spent reading it?
Give me both.
Because, in truth, I read it in about 3 weeks, maybe. Like, maybe a month.
That's not bad.
Right? But in true time, it was 1 year to the day, because I started reading it, and then I put it down for, like, 10 months.
Damn.
Literally didn't read it for 10 full months, and was like, the movie's out in 2 weeks, I gotta finish!
Did you just, like, forget about it, or...?
No, I don't like reading.
Oh.
I was like, man, this is good. I'll sure come back to this at some time. And then, a couple Batman games later, I was like, I didn't do that. Yeah, like, I just like an audiobook because it helps push me forward,
Yeah.
Like, you don't get to have that song stuck in your head because he's still reading, like, he's still going.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's why I like No Sleep so much, because if I were going to read those stories, I'd probably get super bored.
Yeah, my brain would wander. I've tried to read, sometimes on No Sleep I'll read along, because they have, in the Reddit app, they have, what am I trying to say? My attention span is like real shit that I'm sick, by the way, so I'm really sorry. I'm trying to keep on track here.
That's funny.
But, no, in the app on No Sleep for the podcast, it has links to the stories sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll, click on it and just kind of, follow along if it's a story that I'm not particularly following, like a weird one, that's meandering.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll catch up that way and be like, okay, now I understand why they're in the forest.
Oh, man, that would be good if I could do that at work. So, while I'm not much of a reader, I mean, I've read some books,
Uh-huh.
So, well, really? Alright, so, I see that you have a couple topics here.
Yes.
Right? So, a book series that you love, right? I will say there's only one book series I've ever read.
Same here, I think.
That is Harry Potter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just the series for our generation.
honestly, when people talk books, I go, I've read Harry Potter.
Yeah.
If you want to talk the extent of books that I've read, it's Harry Potter. That's it.
How long did it take you to read those?
So, I did not read Harry Potter for the longest time. It wasn't until the first movie came out that I even knew what it was. So, we went and saw the movie, which I did not want to see.
Really?
I thought it was so stupid. I hated Harry Potter because everyone loved it so much. It was such a hipster about it.
So anti.
I was like, he's so stupid. Like, why does everyone like it? It's so dumb.
Like,
and then we saw the movie.
Glasses.
Yeah, we saw the movie, and I was like, I must read all the books!
The first Harry Potter movie was so fucking good.
It is so good. And I read books 1 through 4 in about a month or two.
Yeah, that's how those books go. Like, Harry Potter is one of those series where you pick up... I read the first book in a day, because, like, I couldn't put that shit down.
Oh, yeah, well, that's intense.
I remember, like, waiting in line for the books at midnight when they would come out, you know?
Yeah.
And just, like, being in the crowd with everybody. Everybody's so excited.
Well, so if I can find some pictures, everybody called me Harry Potter when I was a kid because I had the round glasses and the messy hair and shit.
That's why you didn't like him, because you thought it was a teasing thing.
Probably. Yeah, I read 1 through 4, and 5 wasn't even out then. I picked up 5 at midnight when it came out, and the second movie had come out by then.
Uh-huh.
And the car that they drive that flies...
Yeah.
Was at the Barnes & Noble that I went to.
What?
Yeah, and so I'm standing in line, and this kid behind me, like, taps on my shoulder, and he goes, like, hey, yeah? Like, are you Daniel Rodcliffe? Like, didn't get this kid's name right at all, right?
Daniel Rodcliffe.
But he asked me if I was the kid that played Harry Potter, right?
Did you say yes?
I go, no. And he goes, oh, okay. And then I turn back around, and he goes, dude, guys, it's Daniel Radcliffe! To, like, all of his little friends. And I was just like, oh, okay. Went through the line. That was good. And then I bought every single one of those books at midnight from there on.
Yeah.
But, like, when the 7th one came out, everybody I knew had finished it, like, by the next morning from midnight.
God, I know, dude. I struggled on the 7th one because it was a thick book. It was big.
It was about 800 or 900, I think. It was up there.
I actually was on vacation, like, the week it came out. I got the book, and then the next morning I was on a plane and flew out.
Oh, man.
And I was, like, trying to keep up by reading it, but also, like, falling behind because I wanted to be on vacation, you know?
Yeah.
So I had, like, this anxiety of, like, everyone else is finishing it, and I'm only on page 500.
That was one. So when they would come out, I'd usually get the audiobook and follow along with it, you know?
Uh-huh.
That was one that the audiobook at the library had been, like, picked over, and it was on hold for months, and I was like, I'm going to have to actually read this book. And I actually read that book all the way through. It was good.
I'm proud of you.
It was good. There's very few books that I've, like, truly gotten into in that way.
Yeah.
What's the one? In school, we had to read the book that was the inspiration for October Sky, the Jake Gyllenhaal rocket movie.
Uh-huh. I don't remember the name of that book. It's not The Hunt for Red October, is it?
No.
No, that's a different thing.
I can't remember what it's called. It's called, like, Autumn Skies or something.
Yeah. I think I had to read it too, and I don't think I could.
I could not put it down, man. I was
really
in that book. Yeah. I was all about that book. Like, it takes a while for me to get into a book. Like, probably about halfway. Because you're kind of really setting it all up. You're doing a lot of the, like, describing of things, you know?
I am so, like, picky about my books.
I go.
If I'm not hooked in the first page, I'm like, I can't fucking do it.
Oh, then I could never read a book.
You know what books I really, really love is, like, those cheesy murder mysteries, those little paperbacks.
Like Nancy Drews and stuff?
No, like...
The Hardy Boys?
No, the adult ones.
The adult ones? I don't know.
I'm trying to think of, like... You know, you probably won't know the author, Tess Gerritsen.
No.
So she wrote all of the Rizzoli and Isles books.
Oh, I know the show.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I didn't know that that was based on books, and so I was like excited when I found out. Started reading those, and those like they really grip you.
Yeah.
I love a good murder mystery, a little paperback murder mystery. Those are very fun for me.
So, is there like another book series that you've read that you love, or have you just read the one series, Harry Potter?
I'm trying to think of any other series that I've read. I know that so many have been recommended to me by somebody, and I never got into them. Like, everyone recommends the Dune series and says that's really good.
People do talk
Everybody
about
recommends
that, yeah.
Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, I've always wanted to read those, but
Lord
I
of
don't
the
want to go buy
Rings.
them. Okay, I can't do that. I owned that book.
Really?
So like the movies came out and they released all of them in like one giant book, and it was like 2,000 pages,
God.
right? And I tried, and I was like, this is awful. This is a lot of words.
Yeah, I remember trying to read, I think it was The Hobbit, the first one, right?
Yeah.
And it was just so dense that I couldn't, it didn't grab me in the first page, so I was like, I can't.
Like, for real, I would do this with that book. I saw...
Richard would do the same.
I saw the third movie, right?
Uh-huh.
And
You
he
saw the third Lord of the Rings movie?
Yeah.
Like, by itself, not having watched the first two?
Oh, no, like, I saw 1 and 2, but, like, when
Okay.
the third one came out, I had that book. I actually just tried to find the part in the book that I wanted to see from the movie. I was like, where does he bite off his finger? Like, how's that go in the book?
Oh my god.
And, like, I just skimmed, was like, no, that's too far, like, oh. And then I found it, and I read that scene, and was like, yep, it's about the same. Close the book, that was it. Like, the end. I know Taylor is all about the series of unfortunate events.
I think I read a couple of those growing up. They were good, but
I bought her all 13 of them.
there's 13 of them?
Yeah.
God damn.
There's 13 of them, and they're in these, like, cool-ass covers. She hadn't touched
Yeah.
one of them.
Oh. I remember the cool ass covers. I think that's why I bought a book in the first place, because I was like,
Yeah.
that's pretty. And then
Do you know what series I actually do want to try to read?
what?
Percy Jackson.
The Lightning Thief?
Yeah, because I really dug that movie. It's got, like, the Greek mythology vibes and stuff, you know?
I love Greek mythology. I have no idea what that movie's about or the book.
You never saw that movie?
No.
Oh, it's so good. So, this kid finds out that he's Poseidon's son,
Okay.
and so it's basically just a weird Harry Potter, you know? Because
Okay.
all these, like, all these demigod kids, like, go to a, like, school that all these other demigods go to, and they learn to do, like, stuff to control their powers and stuff, right?
That sounds cool. It sounds like, what the hell's the name of that movie with War and Peace? Sky High? Is that it?
There is a Sky High.
Is that the
Where they're,
movie
like,
the kids
superpowers?
have superpowers?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it's like that. But this kid steals Zeus's lightning bolt, and he goes all Harry Potter, like,
What?
I'm gonna be the one to solve it, right?
Okay.
And it's because he has extra powers that no one else has. Like, he's, like, way more powerful than the rest of them. It's a standard Harry Potter type story, you know? Like, the kid that doesn't know what he is, doesn't know where he's from, but he's, like, the greatest of them all, right?
Yeah. That's
I
like
just
such
wanna
a
read
trope.
Yeah.
But it's a good lasting trope. Like, everybody can relate to that.
Yeah. But because I was actually looking at them at Barnes & Noble the other day, I found a book series just for you.
Oh, tell me.
I am sending them to you now.
I'm excited.
So they are called, I guess you just call them the Warriors books?
Like, warriors.
No, not like them. They're all cats.
Oh.
Every single cover is of a different cat.
What?
And if you look at the second picture, that's the wall of just some of them. Yeah, they're called Warriors books.
Oh my god. Cool. What? Where are these?
And so this one's called Power of Three Warriors.
Holy
A
shit,
Vision
there's
of
so
Shadows
many.
Warriors. Like, a Dawn of the Claws.
It looks... Is it
Dawn
like
of the
Grindelwald?
Clans. Okay, that's what I was telling Taylor I thought it was like. I was like, you know, the little mouse books.
Yeah.
The mouse things. And she was like, I don't know what that is. And I was like, me neither. I didn't read them. But so,
Yeah.
I found these books for you, and I think they're right up your alley.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that shit out.
Yeah, go to the library. So that's books that we love. Then you said book series that we never got into, right?
Uh-huh.
A book series that I've always wanted to get into, but never did. I have to think on that one.
I just rattled off so many. There's Dune, Lord of the Rings.
I don't want to read those.
You don't want to read Dune or Lord of the Rings? Everyone recommends those. It's just like, you gotta read them. They're classics.
Sure don't. You know a book series I think I would read?
What?
That you probably would? Back in the day, I used to go to the library with my mom, like, every weekend, right?
Me too, man. What happened to those days? I just want to fucking go back to the library and check out 6 books and read them each in a week.
See, my mom would, like, force me to get a book, like, get a book! And it would always be like, it's a Ninja Turtle trivia book. And she's like, God damn it. But she was having a hard time finding books one time, so she goes, hey, find me a book. Find me something, right?
Okay.
So I was going through the audiobooks, because she is big on, like, driving to work, listen to a book and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So I found her this one, and it was called One for the Money, right?
Okay.
And she was like,
a song is already in my head.
Okay, this sounds good. And I think to date, there's like 19 of those books.
Whoa.
And she came in when they were like 3. And she has read them all from there. And it's like, it's a lady that becomes a bounty hunter. And the wacky adventures she goes through, like catching people, right?
Okay.
I think I could read those.
Yeah?
They sound fun.
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
And actually, like, you know what? I've always wanted to read those stupid Redwall books.
Yeah,
because I've always wondered what they were.
They're really cute. Like, just the art that goes with them, you know, is very adorable.
Yeah.
I like the concept of small animals with swords.
And these. The Black Cauldron, the Disney movie.
Uh-huh.
That's based on a book series.
Oh, really?
And I've always wanted to find that book series and read it, but I just haven't ever found it. Because it's, like, not that popular anymore, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to crack this real quick.
Crack it open. I'm just drinking straight water.
That's one that I still would like to read, because I love the Black Cauldron. It's so dark.
Yeah.
I would need, like, a dark book, I think.
Dark book. You should try to read a murder mystery, because those can get pretty dark.
I'll have to look. What's a good dark book series? And then Google will let me know.
Dark book series. Have you ever read the Game of Thrones books?
Nope, and I will not.
Yeah, I tried. I bought all of the, like the Kindle book, you know, things?
Yeah.
The PDFs.
Because I know you love the show.
Oh god, I love Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's so good, but like, man, those books are dense.
Like, see, I can't keep your name straight in the show. It's like there's no chance of me knowing it in the book.
And there's like 200 more characters in the books.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, who are you people and why do I need to care about you?
That would be a definite Spark Notes type thing for me.
Yeah, for sure.
But I will say, when I was in school, I loved Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein?
Yeah.
That was a good book.
So, actually, what I always wanted to do was go to Barnes & Noble, and they have their, like, classic books section. I always wanted to just kind of grab one of the classics and just try to read it, you know?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Richard approves of this idea.
Wow!
He's so loud.
It's-a me!
I need to get like a sound booth. Just a very small closet that I can enclose myself in.
I know. I need to try to figure out a way to, like, channel my sound better.
I'm going to send you a picture of an audio setup that I saw that I think we could duplicate.
Okay. So, you know, there's like tons of these books, but I feel like I always go back to the same books by the same people.
Do you have like a favorite author or a favorite book? Just
something I do definitively have a favorite author and a favorite book.
Lay it on me.
So, my favorite author is Stephen King.
I thought so.
Like, it's gotta be Stephen King. And of people, he is one of the few that I have read books from. Like, I've read It. I've read Misery.
I've only read one Stephen King book, and it was Cell.
That's a good one.
It's a really good one.
That's a really good one.
I was very attached to that book.
Never read it.
Oh, what?
Mm-mm.
Did you audiobook it?
No, Mom listened to it and had told me about it, and I was like, that sounds good, but now I know.
It was so good.
One of my favorites is one that we did an audiobook of together. It was called Desperation.
Desperado.
Oh my god.
Sorry,
You're
I'm, like,
not allowed to read books.
Today.
I know. They just give you the music feels. Have you heard of Desperation?
I have not.
Dude, so good. So there's this sheriff that like kind of roams this town.
Okay.
And he basically kidnaps people and holds them in the cell because he's actually this like demon that was released because it was a mining town.
Creepy.
And they like cracked through this rock and released him, and he inhabits these bodies until he can figure out how to like get his end game goal to happen.
Huh.
But when he's in the bodies, they rot faster. So that's why he keeps getting more people, because he keeps needing to jump from host to host. You know?
Yeah.
And eventually these people break out of their cells and like go through this whole adventure like trying to stop him, right?
Okay.
And I remember when we were listening to the audiobook, getting to the ending, and I was just like, whoa! It was so good! Man, I've always wanted to reread that one. I actually went through a big Stephen King, like, want to collect all of his books phase.
Yeah. And
I was trying to get a whole bunch, and there's one that he actually pulled from publication. He was like, nope, tired of this. It's called, dude, I can't remember what it's called, but it's about a high school shooter.
Ooh.
So, it was written in, like, the early 80s, I think.
Oh, shit. So way before all this bullshit of the modern era.
Yeah, but when school shootings would happen, apparently a lot of kids would say, it's because of the Stephen King book.
Yeah.
Right? And so he got tired of that being what the book was known for, so he pulled it, and it hasn't been published in, like, 30 years.
That makes sense. Well, good on Stephen King. I mean, it sucks that people are using his work to champion that kind of shit, but I'm proud of him for recognizing when it becomes a problem and pulling it.
I mean, it was like a short story, too. Like it's a novella, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, it's really short. It's like 80-something pages.
Damn. That's real short.
And I read the synopsis on Wikipedia, and I was like, it sounds good. It sounds scary, you know? But I feel like you can't not have that kind of stuff, because you have to see, because he writes it from the point of view of the shooter, like, what caused him to do this?
Uh-huh.
Why does he think it's okay? And it was a kid that, you know, was just, like, bullied and forgotten and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like a warning of like, everybody needs to be treated good, I guess, you know?
It's a golden rule.
But, so I was looking at buying that. I wanted this collector's edition of the It book that like, had come out. It's like $500.
Collector's edition. $500?
Oh, man. Ah, but it's so cool looking. It's so creepy.
Wow. Jesus.
But he just is my favorite author. There are some books that I have tried to read, and I'm like, can't do it. Too much. Yeah. But then there's some that I just kind of fall right into. And when I got into it, I couldn't stop. I mean, it just starts going, and you're like, what is happening?
Yeah, that book sounds like a roller coaster.
There was one part that I actually became scared.
Really?
I was like, I'm reading these words. Why am I freaking out? These are words on a page. And I'm deathly afraid right now.
That's awesome.
It was this kid ran away from home because his dad was a drunk and would beat them, you know?
Yeah.
And so he took a beating for his little brother and, like, left the house to sulk, right?
Okay.
Well, it comes up over, like, there's, like, a ravine in the middle of town, I guess.
Yeah.
And he, like, comes up over the edge, and no! He comes up over the edge, and he's the creature from the Black Lagoon. Like, that's not even scary, right?
Yeah. Well, if it's, I don't know.
But I was freaking
monster.
out at, like, how this kid was frozen in fear staring at him, right?
Okay.
And he slowly walks up, and then it said that he meshes his webbed fingers together into his neck, and it pops off his head.
Ew.
Yeah.
He yanks his head right off. No, thank you.
And I read that part like 15 times. Just like, is that really what happens? Yep, he did it again. Like, it's a really good book. I just think he comes up with it. And his books are usually like a character-based thing. It's not really about these monsters. It's about the psychology of the people faced with that situation. You know? Like, I really think Taylor would like Cujo, but I know she won't ever read it because it's about a killer dog.
Yeah.
You know? But have you ever seen the movie?
I haven't. It's like an 80s movie, right?
Yeah. I'm going to throw up a spoiler. Spoilers. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
But basically, the dog just kind of goes rabid, and this lady happens to get stuck with him because her car was breaking down, so she went to this farmer's house, and he fixes stuff, right?
Okay.
Happens to pull up. Farm? Yeah. Her car dies at the farm, but then the dog kills the farmer dude, like right there.
Oh, shit.
So now she's stuck in her car because now he's outside. But it's summertime, so it's getting, like, super hot in the car.
Oh, no.
So now it's a drama of, like, I'm stuck in a car and we're gonna, like, suffocate.
Is that the whole book?
Yeah, that's the whole book.
Oh, shit. I want to read that.
It's very, very tense, right? Well, in the movie, like, so it's her and her son. Like, her kid is in the car.
Okay.
So now it's a mom wondering, how am I going to save my child?
Yeah.
In this situation. And in the movie, she breaks out and, like, saves her kid, puts water on him, and, like, he lives, and everything's great, right?
Okay.
In the book, she leaves the car, does all the same shit, and when she comes back, he died from heated... Like he dies from the heat.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
A King of the Hill episode.
Oh, my God.
You remember that episode where, I don't remember why, but like Lady Bird is stuck in Hank's truck?
Yes.
And there's like rabid dogs outside?
Yes.
And they have to like pull up to the side and they open the car doors so that
Jump!
Like, yeah,
Lady
it
Bird.
makes a little pathway.
Yeah.
I love that episode.
Oh, man. So, that's definitely my favorite author. He just has so many crazy ideas.
He does. Something happened to his brain. I don't know.
And actually, another book series that I'd like to get into, I would like to read The Dark Tower.
Yeah, that one's been recommended to me also, and I feel like I should read it because it sounds like it's up my alley.
It is just so... It's so deep in lore because it ties all of his books together.
Oh, really?
Like, The Dark Tower is the center of everything that happens in all of his books.
Damn.
Like, they have called it his masterpiece. This is, like, his Lord of the Rings work.
All right.
So I should read it. But I remember trying once in, like, high school, and I was like, dude, this is taking forever.
I gotta make more time in my life for books. I feel like I haven't been reading nearly as much as I used to when I was a kid.
You gotta decide, I'm gonna read from this time to this time. Like schedule a time.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's how I would have to read. You gotta, like, this is the time frame I will read.
This is the reading hour.
But who's your favorite author?
My very favorite is Mr. Ray Bradbury. He's incredible.
My favorite book of all time is from him.
Really? Fahrenheit 451?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is!
I love that book.
Is that your favorite book?
It's not my favorite, but I do love it a whole lot. It was the one that first got me interested in Ray Bradbury, so I have to, give that book a ton of credit because it was one that was assigned to us in English class, of course. And
I happened to read it. We had to go into the library in middle school, and they said, you just have to pick a book. You just have to pick any book, and that's going to be what you're going to do your report on, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was out doing their stuff, and I really didn't want to pick one because I don't read. And so I just kind of went to the beginning of the stuff, right?
Yeah.
It was A's, B's, and I was like, oh, well, this guy's got a lot. And then the teacher kind of came up and was like, oh, he's good. Fahrenheit's a really good one. And I was like, okay. So I just kind of picked it up, and it is, to date, my single favorite book of all time.
It is incredible. Like, I was never aware of the concept of censored literature before I read that book. So, like, as a young kid, I was like, my mind was cracked open, you know? I was like, people ban books and they burn books? Like, why? Why are people doing this? Who's give them the right? Like,
dystopia future stuff like that is really cool to me.
I love dystopian future. But he does a lot of, like, really good sci-fi. And
The Martian Chronicles is one of my favorites.
Yes, I fucking love The Martian Chronicles. And that's, like, top of my list.
Yeah.
But probably my favorite is The Illustrated Man.
Okay.
So that one is about, like, it's a collection of short stories more than it is a book, but the overarching narrative is that there's, like, a man who's covered in tattoos, and each one of his tattoos moves and tells a story.
Ooh,
it's very
that
cool.
Sounds cool.
And there's
I'll
this
have to find
one,
that one.
My very favorite short story, it has stuck with me since I read it, is called The Long Rain.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about some astronauts that are, like, stranded on I think Venus after their ship crashes, and they're trying to get to this thing called the Sun Dome, which is like a break from everything. So on this planet it's constantly raining, and that's the whole thing. Is like these astronauts are trying to, like, make it through this constant rain and get to the Sun Dome where there's safety and sun.
Yeah.
And can I just read you, like, the first paragraph of this, because I feel like this is what I mean when I say, like, a book grabs me by the first by the first, like, paragraph. So let me clear my pipes a little bit.
For your pleasure, The Illustrated Man by Kelsey Green.
Well, The Long Rain by Ray Bradbury.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Okay, so it goes. The rain continued. It was a hard rain, a perpetual rain, a sweating and steaming rain. It was a mizzle, a downpour, a fountain, a whipping at the eyes, an undertow at the ankles. It was a rain to drown all rains and the memory of rains. And I just fucking love that.
That's a lot of rain.
It's so much rain. Like, you don't even know. Like, the whole thing is that it never ever fucking stops raining. And they just have to, like, walk and get through this crazy jungle and find the Sun Dome. And it talks about them just going kind of insane from the rain. And I really recommend it. It's very, very good. Actually, it's only 12 pages long. I found a PDF of it online, so I'm going to fucking link it in the show notes, because I think everyone needs to read this thing.
We'll have to read that. That, like, made me forget what I was going to talk about, because that was...
See? So powerful.
Yeah, it was good.
I love Ray Bradbury. I wish that he was still with us and still writing.
Dude, I remember... Because he didn't die, but, like, not too long ago.
2012, I think it was.
Yeah, that's, like... That's not that long ago. He was...
No, it's not.
He was in our time, you know?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And he was old as fuck, too. He died at 91.
Oh, that's what that reminded me of. So the whole, like, dystopian future stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
I know that this one isn't a book, but have you ever heard Rush's song 2012?
No.
Okay, so they released...
Maybe.
So they released an album called 2012, right? And the first side is one giant track, but it's made out of, like, 7 different songs. Right?
Okay.
And so in these songs, you kind of get an idea of what's going on in this world, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the first song, you basically, it's called We Are the... so they're like the overlords of this world, right? And they're just like saying, you know, we came up with what's good for everybody. Like, we rule everything. We provide all these people with everything. Life is good because of us, right?
Yeah.
And then in the next song, it's a guy who, like, goes to this cave that he likes to go to, and he just finds this thing on the ground. And it's an old guitar. And he just starts playing with it, and eventually learns to play it, and creates music, right? And he's like, whoa, this is amazing. Like, people could do so much good stuff with this. Like, this is the greatest thing I've ever found.
Yeah.
So he takes it back to the temple, and they go, oh yeah, we know what that is. You need to get rid of that. And he's like, but why? Like, people could do so much with this. And they go, look, that's the kind of stuff that made the time before us fall. You need to get rid of it, leave it alone, and they destroy it.
Damn.
Right? So then he, in the next song, goes to sleep and has, like, a vision of what life was like when we had the freedom to do that stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
And then he can't live with it, so in the next song, he kills himself.
Oh, fuck.
And then that's the end of the whole, like, saga, right? This, like, they didn't even know they were oppressed until he found something from long ago and found out that they were keeping it from us, right? It's one of my favorite songs, like, the whole piece. It's so moving and so big, kind of like Fahrenheit 451. Like, there's people there that didn't even know what these books were. They didn't know that you could have these messages and all that stuff inside, right? Uh-huh. They just go, oh, we were told that's bad.
Oh, God, do you know what this is reminding me of? It's like I just got punched in the stomach thinking about this book. Do you ever read The Giver?
I was about to say, are you going to say The Giver?
God, that fucking book.
That's my other book, man.
Oh, I cry when I think about that book. Like, it's just so heavy. Oh
yeah.
My God, I love that book.
So, if you guys have never read The Giver, you must not have gone to school in Texas because we always read The Giver.
I know.
Every year, The Giver. It's like, we read that last year. But so, it's people that don't feel anything, right?
Right.
Yeah, so
the whole world has, like, their feelings confiscated by them, essentially. They can't even see color. Like, they're just so deprived.
Yeah.
And they designate one person, like, what is it, per generation, I guess?
Yeah, to, like, harbor it all.
Yeah, so they give all the feelings and emotions and color in the world to one single person. And
that's, like, his job. Is
to just
hold all this inside of himself.
It just kills me.
And so then then this kid draws his new job to be the giver, and it's him learning from this guy all these feelings and stuff. So, question. Did you know there was a sequel?
What?
Okay. I found this out not too long ago. And by that I mean like maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
I found out there was a sequel. We were at Barnes & Noble yesterday. There's a third one, and it says the end to the trilogy that is The Giver.
What? I don't know if I can handle 2 more books of that.
Yeah. So, I'll tell you stuff after. I don't want to spoil stuff for you guys.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what the second book starts with, and you're going to be like, oh man, I gotta do it.
Yeah.
But, honestly, from the way it sounds like a regular Hunger Games style thing, which I hate.
Ooh. Well, I
hate that stuff where it's like you start off in this one little place and then it's like, oh, overthrow the government everywhere else, right?
Yeah.
So many like teen books were doing that for a while there.
Do you know what book I think you would like?
Hope it's not Maze Runner.
No.
Okay.
It's called Battle Royale. So it's like
it's just the original Hunger Games.
Yeah. Have you read it or heard of it?
I know what it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking good. Like, I didn't expect that I could become attached to as many characters as they throw at you in that book.
Will I like it more than the Hunger Games? Because I have read all 3 of those.
I haven't read the Hunger Games books, but I think that everyone who likes the concept of that
should go there.
Would really enjoy Battle Royale.
Okay.
It's also a graphic novel, but I've not read the graphic novel. And it's a movie, a very good movie.
So, speaking to that, the most that I try to read is comic books. And I will say this. In 20 pages of pictures, I get bored sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I've read a comic book before and been like, oh man, I've been reading for like 2 hours. And then I'll look and it's like, 10 minutes? What?
God.
Ugh. I'm just not much of a reader. I'm more of a looker.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
Show me stuff. But books have so much... I mean, almost any good movie came from a good book idea, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, Jaws is one of the best movies ever made, and it came from a pretty solid book that I've read half of. And it's funny, because my mom got it for me, and I told her that I read it, but I didn't.
Well, I mean, you've seen the movie.
Yeah. And then she was like... So, like, she tested me.
Oh, no.
And I, like, barely passed because of stuff from the movie.
Yeah.
But I missed one big thing, and she was like, I don't think you really read it. Because in the movie, the guy in the cage gets loose. But in the book, he eats him.
Oh, well, fuck.
And I was like,
she really knew what to test you on, didn't she?
Oops. Yeah. I mean, you used to watch that movie a lot.
You still watch that movie a lot.
I try not to. Spooky. Alright.
Shall we close this book?
You wanna punch the card, take it back to the library?
You wanna turn the page?
Turn
the page.
Wanna stick a bookmark in it, come back
Here
later?
I am, on the road again. I'm feeling the spirit tonight. I don't know about you.
Are.
I'm just fucking sick, man.
Like, you're in this, like, crazy fever dream state.
Yeah.
Just, here I am.
On the road
again. There I am.
Up on the stage.
Wow. Hitting them notes. Hitting them notes. All right. That's enough booking.
Listeners, did you like that singing? If you did, tell them friends about us. Help us grow. Don't forget to subscribe to us on your favorite platform so you never ever miss an episode. We release weekly every Monday, even when I'm feeling like this, even when I'm 5 inches smaller than I normally am.
I say, you can really, hear the blood loss from you right now.
You really fucking can. I'm so out of it.
You guys.
I feel like I'm dying, guys. If you got a second to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, that helps us so much.
You can find and friend us on social media. We are at YMBToAP on Twitter and Instagram. Also on Facebook. We just posted some killer stuff the other day. That PT run is up there. Hopefully you guys watched it. I watched it while I was at work. I got all spooked again. It's really good.
Yeah, don't watch it alone in the dark, for sure.
Yeah, don't do that. And if you'd like to tell us what your favorite book is, what your favorite author is, if you have suggestions for us, email them to us at ymbtoap@gmail.com. Who's your favorite author? What's your favorite book? What's your favorite type of book? Or tell us that you're mad at me because I don't like The Hunger Games. But that third book is the most boring book I ever read.
I can't bother with them. Okay, our theme song is The Grim Reaper Blows the Horn and Comes From Me in My Deathbed by Faraj.
Oh.
Sorry. Please check him out on YouTube. As always, thanks for listening, and tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. Will Kelsey ever feel normal again?
One day. 10,000 pages later.
We had one more important sound we wanted you to hear.
Pow-pow?
Have you seen the new Blues Clues dude?
The Asian dude?
Yeah, he is ripped.
Is he?
He's Filipino and he's sexy. Oh my god.
Give me your clothes! Do it!
He's like secret ripped though, like clandestine muscles. They're in there.
So he's like Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was just incredibly toned, but he wasn't buff.
Yeah. Oh, he's Blues Lee. Ah!
Oh my god.